What's up, everybody? My name's Lisa, for those of you that don't know. Um, I was just like sitting here meditating. I just got home from boxing a little while ago. I've been going at noon, um, the last couple of days, and anyway, so I'm doing my meditation, and I just, today hasn't been like the greatest day. I don't, I've just like continued to be triggered. I got a lot of things going on at once. I have a lot to do in a very short amount of time. I'm going to be moving again, and because this house was sold and the new owner wants to move in. So anyway, I'm going to be moving again, and anyway, I found a place where I can like move right in, and um, but the big but is a lot of things have to happen in a very short amount of time, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed, and so I know that the energies have been like really crazy. One of the things that I have like repeatedly had a difficult time with pretty much all my life is money. And when I moved here into this place, I moved in with just like my first month's rent. I didn't know if I was even going to be able to pay the next month's rent, and I think I had like 62 or $64 in my account. And but like things took off with my business, and then I've even gotten like a second job so that I can just have extra money and stuff, and just to make things simpler. And then um everything was like smooth, and then I got sick, and I couldn't work for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And since I've been back to work, my restaurant has been so slow. And it's a lot. And so I know I'm not the only one that's going through these like trying times. And I know I'm crying, but it's because it's like it's good to cry and like get it out. You can't just like keep it in. But one of the things that I've been really focused on is like, or where I'm bringing myself back to, and making sure that I am taking that time to meditate and just like really sit with God, and just let him heal me. And one of the things that I repeatedly say is, I trust you. I trust you. I am worthy of love and abundance. And I just say these things like over and over again, and I just sit there, and like it'll just like a calm will just come over me. It's not always going to be this way. And when I think about where I was last year at this time, I was living in an extremely toxic environment, a place where um, I was completely disrespected, myself and my children. And it was a lot to live with, and a lot to not retaliate. And even in those times when every day I was being belittled or looked down upon, on just completely treated like garbage, um, I focused on where I was headed, and I knew that God would pave this way for me to leave that environment. And then I got to come here. I met somebody who needed somebody to move into their house, and I got to move in with just like the first month's rent. And I've been moving with faith, and um it's just the way that I live. It's honestly the way that I live. It doesn't mean that I don't have moments where I feel forgotten. But because the way that my understanding of God has been is that when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, it's like that's when he comes in and swoops in, like right before I'm ready to hit the ground, comes in and saves me, and that's why I can't give up, why I won't give up. It's just happened so many times for me that way that I won't give up. So I want you to know that most of all, the whole reason for this little message is that I want just to remind you to connect first with God, like make that a priority in your life because it will calm you down. I mean, that's been my experience. It calms me down. It gets me clear, even when living through the worst of times, living in toxic environments, like I have cried myself to sleep going, bless them, change me, bless them, change me, because um I don't wish to do any kind of harm. I understand that when people are negative or cruel, it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with where that person's mentality is at and whatever they've experienced and not dealt with. I don't wish harm or bad things on anyone. And God has always shown me a way out. Today I have my peace of mind. I might be a little bit nervous, and a little bit under, no, I'm a lot under stress. I got to like move in like 2 weeks. you know so they say like moving and like divorce are like two of the most stressful things that you can do, and I think there's a third one, but I can't think of what it is right now. And everything's going to be okay. And mostly I'm saying that because I need to remind myself like everything is going to be okay. Any time that I have been down to nothing, God has always pulled me through. And I've never gone a day without a roof over my head. I've never gone without eating, I've always had enough. It's not easy for me to share like this, but I share so much of myself on this channel. And I don't really, I haven't talked about what I go through on a daily basis or what I have gone through on a daily basis because I've been protecting other people. But I was just sitting here meditating, and I'm supposed to talk about it. Sometimes life sucks. Sometimes people that should be there for you aren't. And everybody's just doing the best that they can, even the people that are treating you shitty. And we're all in this together. And there's never a reason to quit, even though it gets difficult. And life can make you so overwhelmed that you want to stomp your feet and cry and spit and punch people. But, you know, it's not always going to be this way. Focus on the positives. If you really stop and think about it, where you were last year at this time versus where you are this year, like, you've come a hell of a long way. I'm sure you have. If you've been doing the work, like, most of the people that watch my channel, like, y'all are doing some fucking work on yourselves, okay? And maybe everything isn't perfect yet, but I don't think that anything's ever going to be perfect. We need each other. And, the things that I come on here and I share about, like, I don't just share about them like I'm just, like, talking out of my ass, telling you, like, this is the stuff that works. Like, when I tell you I've been down to nothing and this is the things that I've done, I've been down to nothing, and those are the things that I've done. It's okay to cry, and it's okay to be mad, but still be kind to people. And people will probably continue to take my kindness for weakness. But that's okay, because I know who I am. And God sees everything. So, mind your own business, focus on what you can do to be the best that you can be on a daily basis. And take that time to connect with the divine, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Because I promise you, it's the way out. It's the way out of anything. Like, paths just open up. And even if you're struggling, it's just a temporary experience. And there's a text to confirm it. Anyway, I love you. And it's not always going to be this way. That's one thing I can promise. You snap your fingers and your whole life changes, right? Anyway, these are my kids texting me from the other room. So they sent me a video. I don't know. Anyway, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be who I am. I'm so grateful that they're in my life. And I'm so grateful I have all of you, and for your emails and text messages, and I just love you. And anyway, we're all in this together, and I hope that you have an amazing day. And whatever you do, what's that saying? When you're going through hell, don't stop. Keep fucking going. All right. I love you.